¿Qué onda, Happy?
Oye, Mamalonskis, ¿unos tacos o qué?
Pues vamos por unos pinches tacos modernos.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Oh no, it's mic check, I know. That's on the other one. All right, mic check. Welcome back to Spicy
Talkos, episode 19. All right, man, we'll get into it. You said you had some topics.
Yeah. So there was one thing I wanted to talk about that, like, I don't know how to answer it or like what to think of it. But it's like, so Shaquille O'Neal, he says that like he never tells his wife like when he's having like a rough day or he had, I guess if he's stressed or had a rough day or anything like that. And I guess his quote is, I carry it all so she doesn't have to worry philosophy. So,
And you said you didn't know how to what?
like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to, like, is it right? Is it wrong? Like,
I like where my mind goes here is it's like if you respect the person enough, entonces no le quitas carga. You get me? So say like, I don't know, you have someone you care about, and if you want to make life easy for them and you start taking stuff off, después nunca tienes callo, and like you could never get into like the life like when it happens.
Yeah, but
and then what if then you phase out?
So is he like, what do you think about his philosophy as far as like on the man's side? I guess like, cause
I mean, it's expected. Like I could see it, like why we're providers and as parents, as you know, if you're a spouse, like you get me, you're as a husband, whatever, you're providing, man. Like it's como ingrained in us to provide.
Yeah. But here's not even talking about providing. It's just talking about like if
like he doesn't share.
He doesn't share. Like, yeah, he's like, if I'm having a bad day, if I'm having, and I remember he said, if I'm having a bad day, you know, if I'm having a bad day, like I'm not gonna tell my wife because now she's gonna have to worry, and like it sets off her mood. Let's say she was in a good mood. Now I'm telling her that I'm stressed, and now she's worried about me being stressed.
Yeah, I don't like the philosophy, man.
Cause then
I don't like that. Cause then it's like you're then acting.
Yeah,
I'm gonna act happy for you, even though there might be. I think it turns into resentment.
Well, because I feel like then you become like a ticking time bomb.
Yeah, I think resentment's in there.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, unless you have like some type of outlet or something where like, hey, you know, I don't know, you had a bad day and, you know, maybe going to the sauna or going to the gym or doing something to kind of alleviate that stress. If you have something like that, then I feel like maybe
I could see that. But have you ever had a bad day where you're like, I go to the gym and it erases it? I haven't. Like, it helps, but it's even having an outlet.
Yeah.
You still need, I think, to talk it through.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
like sharing, but then I get the whole.
I feel like you have to talk to someone at some point. You know, you can't just feel like it falls into like the machismo mindset. And
yeah, I'm gonna keep this to myself.
Yeah, and if you really think about like the machismo mindset, like, you know, you think about those like ranchero, you know, grandparents or something, and most of the time, like, I don't know, I feel like they're portrayed as like always amargados or something, you know.
Bro, I think it's resentment. It's like the other day I was like I do my eyebrows like this a lot. I'm always like in a
like pensive state,
I think, man, or maybe like taking things a little more serious than I need to. And I'm like, like you could tell, our faces could tell you, but it's all That's probably why you're saying that yeah, they're portrayed as viejo amargado, or like what is it, a grumpy old man? Like it's even said, like don't grump up, don't grump up, grow up, something like that. Like, but I think it creates resentment. I'm talking from me. Like if I don't share, something that I feel I could share with someone, be it at work, maybe you have a team, and you're working through like a work thing, or at home, not the kid, like not with our kids, but if you have someone to share with, and you're like, man, I need to work through this. Like I think of like when my mom got real sick in 2019. So we have siblings, and I have my brothers, my sister. We're able to share, but I can't imagine like not sharing, getting it out, man, and keeping bad news from like, because we do that too, right? I don't know if it happens like even like as Latinos, like it's like they no te quieren preocupar, so they won't share until the last minute.
Yeah, and I feel like at Chile, like a lot of times, it may be sometimes a lot less than what we really think it is. So sometimes when you talk about it to someone or just say it out loud, you're like, no, my man, it's not that bad. You know, like you, in your mind, you see it as like something like a la stress acá al máximo. And then you say it out loud, you talk to someone, and then maybe they have a point of view, or they just say something, and it just brings you down to like, yeah. And then I guess like thinking about that, it made me think of the thing that I shared of how it's because I tried to see, but it was
you can pull it.
No, but it's because I had shared it, and then like I passed 24 hours.
Go to your archive. It'll pop up. Yeah.
And I remember it was.
Bro, was that Intocable?
No, it was someone playing the accordion.
Reconocí el acordeón, but I don't know what it was.
Dude, and I'm before I die, that's something I really wanna
learn how to play the accordion.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of keys on there, man.
Yeah, there's different types I had seen, and I wanted to buy, I want to buy one, and that way I can learn. Like I really feel like if replacing bad habits with good habits is like that's one of my things.
Right, and replacing things with challenging activities, like
that's a real challenge.
Like learning. For me, it's the piano, right? So like when I've jumped into creating music or whatever, I know little music theory from middle school days that I learned how to read music or whatever, but that was middle school, man. But it's hard. It's difficult. So even learning the piano, man, and getting two hands to like work together. Imagine the accordion where you can't see it.
Yeah.
Can you see it? Yeah. You can't. You can't be like. It's.
I mean, I played it when we recorded the Mamalonskis Cumbia.
You airplayed it.
No, like I did play it.
You
like they put like, hey, you wanna like play this part of the song?
Hey, bro, people thought you were singing, right?
Yeah.
Are you singing in some of it or not?
No. He asked me if I wanted to sing on some of it, and I was like, chill, like I can't. Like let's not make this more difficult than it already is. But look, I found the post. It says, what a privilege to be tired from the work you once begged the universe for. What a privilege to feel overwhelmed by growth you used to dream about. What a privilege to be challenged by a life you created on purpose. What a privilege to outgrow things you used to settle for.
No, I remember you sharing it. It's a guy sitting at a desk or something.
Yeah.
Right. And so you're thinking of this, that it's a privilege to kind of be carrying all this stuff. Is that how you're seeing it?
It just made me think of that. And I guess for me, like, so like in work, like I feel like in any line of job or business, that you know, let's say you're starting a business, like, oh, I hope to one day, you know, sell X amount of whatever you're selling, or I hope to one day, you know, maybe you're a cashier and then like one day be a manager, and you know, and then you get to that point, and I feel like sometimes you're obviously like real stressed and like, oh, there's that, you know, but then like when you think about like the old you dreaming or wishing that
That's what they wanted.
that's what you, like that's what I wanted when I was younger, and now I'm here and I'm complaining, or not complaining, but you know, I'm thinking about the stress that it is. But sometimes we create our own stress when it's just like, hey, I have these things to do, and if you just kind of make a list of what you have to do and actually start doing them,
You could get there through whatever
Yeah.
is consuming your thoughts. I think of it as we want the perks and
without the work.
without the responsibility.
Yeah.
So it's like almost, I mean, any baby, right, is a blessing, right? And you're like all the cute photos and everything we see online.
Yeah.
But then it's the late nights, like when a newborn run and you're trying to get them on schedule and all that. That's the work. Those days and like I've been going to my brother's baby shower, right? They're having a baby, right? So I'm gonna be an uncle.
In the shower?
Yeah, not in the shower. But so Mel and my brother Junior, right? And I've been going to it, and it's like they have these little sheets, and it's like, what advice do you have for the parents?
Oh, okay.
And a lot of it is like, you'll kind of, because they're posted, and you kind of say like,
enjoy
like,
your sleep.
enjoy your sleep, and all that. Because the responsibility side of a baby is that you'll never be like,
Yeah, life isn't the same anymore.
ever.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even as adults, like
Yeah.
you'll worry about the, like, you know, where they're at.
Yeah.
And same thing with, I think, opportunity or whatever is like, you like the perks, kind of, oh, it looks good, you know, to have my home. I'm speaking for you, but like my own real estate team.
Yeah.
And like realtors and like developing them and all that. But then it's like, I don't know how it works, but like the listings and how do you, como los repartes, and
Yeah.
that's responsibility. Like, how do you create fairness and that? Yeah. A mí me ha pasado, like, even as in my own retail journey, is like, saying yes to promotions and but the teams got bigger, man. Like, and so it comes with responsibility, and you are the person. Like, yeah, there's no one else, right? And so at times you become that person, and there's no one else. So like, you can't. And then I wouldn't want to look back and be like that person that wanted that, you know, opportunity.
Yeah.
Why can't, like, that's what you wanted? So how do you think we look back and, I don't know, but what does it look like? A conversation or what in your head? Or how would people wake up to that, man?
Well, I mean, you kind of have to like pause whenever you're feeling kind of like stressed out or whatever, and you have to kind of go back to that time where like, hey, like this is what you wanted, and now you're here. And I think it makes you feel like, cause like Tanya always tells me, like, hey, you never celebrate your wins. Like, you never, you know, like, let's say you have a goal and then, like, you reach it and then, like, or you're about to reach it and, like, you make your goal higher.
Yeah.
And it's like, when are you going to celebrate your wins? And, like, I don't know, like, to me, it's like I celebrate, like, internally, I guess you can say, but I don't have to be like, hey, you know, like, I did it.
Bro, it's almost like we don't give ourselves permission, like, at least this is my case, where you don't give yourself permission to enjoy the things.
Yeah.
And I think I'm guilty of that.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I need to step back and I'm like, man,
yeah,
like,
dude,
just lay down. Like, even here, right at home, like, just lay down and be like, okay, good. Like earlier today, Bella was here and we were playing volleyball outside. And it's like, about a space.
Yeah.
The wall, we could hit it off, and it made me realize, like, oh shoot, Come on. And but sometimes I don't stop and do that because you're always. But I think that's the mind that also built like.
Yeah, but like it's like I had a conversation today with this guy. He's a lender, and it was so we had a client, and client was gonna close on their property. They're gonna purchase, and I'm there at the closing table, and then the client gets her, and she gets her a little bit late. She's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, it's because there's a lot of traffic. There was an accident." And the lender, I was texting like, "Hey, wait, like, ¿dónde estás? Like, quién sabe qué?" He wasn't answering. And then she gets there, and like, I called him, but he didn't answer. Technically we don't have to like go, but we just kind of, that's the most important part. And then, you kind of, want to be there. I've missed some of them, where, I'm not in town or out or whatever. So I was like, no, whatever. So then we find out that the accident that she had seen was him. And he had gone into like a really bad accident, like, where like he got hospitalized and everything. Like he was gonna need to get like surgery on his neck, put plates and everything. And he was out for like 10 months, almost a year. And
wow, dude, I thought this story was gonna be like recent. Like no,
this was in 2024.
Wow.
Yeah, so he was out for 10 months. And it was like really bad. Like he was seeing doctor. He was gonna get surgery in Monterrey, and then he went to go see a doctor in Houston. And they told him like, "Hey, look," he told me the whole story, like where they said like, "Wait it out, just kind of do therapy, and like you might not need surgery. Like you'll be amazed of what the body can do." So he didn't end up getting surgery, and like he can move his neck around. He can like walk, everything like.
Just by letting the body.
Yeah. And today, I went to his office or to like their office, and he was there. We were kind of talking, and they got a new office. So I kind of walked around with them, and he was kind of telling me he had just bought a house, and how he was like grateful for that to happen to him. Because he was able to really appreciate like a lot of stuff. It's just like he's like, it came at a great time. Like it wasn't like the best experience, but it made me realize a lot of things in my life.
Yeah, it's like, what was I listening to? It was probably on the phone. I was sitting there earlier, and it was that, sometimes God comes and allows things.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're not going to take a day off, or you're not going to slow down. So he'll slow you down in a way.
Yeah.
And hopefully we're ready to be like, okay, slow down and kind of look around. And at times I think, like, even if things happen, we don't slow down, man. We're going to muscle through it. And say, hey, I like that, the whole let the body.
Yeah.
You'll be amazed at what the body can do, they told him, right?
Yeah, you'll be. Yeah.
If you just rest a bit. But in his resting, you said he's like...
Well, I mean, he couldn't do anything. He couldn't work. He was out of work.
Even movement, right? Of his neck.
Yeah, of his neck.
Wow.
And it was funny because he like, one thing that he said was that like, basically, like, he's like, I want to be able to also like enjoy... I'm working, and I want to take like more trips with my family, with my kids, do this, do that. And he said like, well, that's one thing I really admire about you, that you go with your kids, like, San Antonio, here, there. And there's a lot of times where like, chinga, like, for example, when we go to San Antonio, we like to go to Six Flags. Well, the kids like to go to Six Flags. Not that
Is that where y'all were riding the rides?
No, yeah, it was at the carnival here.
Those got stuck, no?
Yeah.
I heard. Okay, so you like going out of town, Six Flags.
And, I mean, there's times where, like, when we go with the kids, like, it's not like we can get on, like, me and Tanya. If it's just us, like, it's not like, oh, let's get on the Superman. Let's get on, the big rides. For us, it's like we're just going without really getting on rides.
Just walking.
I mean, sometimes we get on the rides, like the little ones with them and stuff. Um, and but like it's for them, you know. And then yesterday we went to the carnival. You know, Tanya calls me. She's like, "Hey, do we go to the carnival?" And I was like, and I was busy with like some stuff, and I was like, you know what? Like, yes, let's go to the carnival.
It's about us.
And so she goes, picks up the kids, and then she calls me, and they're super excited. He's like, Papi, we're gonna go to the carnival and this and that, and it's like, and he said, or they said, like, thank you so much for working hard for us. And I was like, oh, you know, it's
what allows you to you know, like he recognized that in you, right? Like that you do that, right? And I see it too, like that you do that, and even before we met, and you're like, oh, I'm putting the kids to sleep, like, oh, that's super important, right?
Yeah.
But I know last year when you got injured, right? So you had an injury where you couldn't walk. Did you also reflect then?
Oh yeah, dude. Like I felt like inútil. You know,
even walking, you said que no podías ni ¿cómo se llama, güey? Like
apoyar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do anything, dude. Like even just to shower, dude. Like to shower, like we have like a little step that like a little over.
Era un pedo.
Yeah, like you know, there was times that it was one point where, you know, I would be there. It's like 1, 2, 3, like try to just jump with one foot without slipping or anything, and you know, Tanya was there. And then it got to a point where I just started crying. Like once I sat down, like, and I started crying out of like frustration. I was like I feel useless. And then, you know, I couldn't really help with the kids. You know, it was Tanya doing the kid, like helping, picking up the kids, doing everything with the kids, and then also taking care of me. And plus, like it just like it fucking like actually it sucked. Like it sucked, and you know, I tried everything. You know, the crutches, the little scooter, o sea, todo el pedo.
And wait, when you were finally able to walk, was it like, oh shoot, like just getting around donde te diste cuenta what a blessing it is, right? Like sometimes.
Yeah, like something so simple, just like, you know, walking, being able to like
go upstairs or whatever.
Yeah, because the thing is, I was very like terco. Like I was still like, hey, you know, I need to go do this, and I didn't want to rely on anyone. So I would, you know, crutch my way to the truck, and then I would get in, put my crutches in there, get in, fucking all bofeado, sudado and shit. And then, you know, I would drive, and it was my right foot, pues the one where I drive. And then pues I would like, you know, driving, you know,
with the left.
No, with the right, with the boot, I would still drive. Because I would get super fastidiado, but
sometimes we want to muscle things, man. Como te digo, we just want to get through things fast.
Oh yeah,
like,
I was
si pasa algo, like you want, it happens to me, and it's like and you rush, and then rushing pasa más, and at one point you just like.
Yeah, like there's still times like even now, like where I feel my ankle like after a long day, or you know, or something, like I still feel it like a little bit hinchado, or
quedó tan tío.
Yeah, like like if I was pregnant, you know how when they're pregnant, after a long day their feet are all hinchados. That's how I feel sometimes on my right foot.
We're getting through it.
You know, I think one thing that like is, I don't want to say frowned upon, but like what people don't really talk about too much, or I feel like people are talking about it a little bit more now, is like mental health, especially for like men.
I think it's super important, man. Very, very important.
Yeah.
And I don't say that like lightly or from looking from afar, and now I say that as like not recognizing. Like, I'm 41 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the 24-year-old version wouldn't recognize the 41-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, with the almost like, even, I don't know, man. I think of it of like risk taking.
Yeah.
Is less now. When at 24 is like, boom, I'm trying things.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, that's like the worst part of mental health, but the moment you start like doubting, or there's self-doubt, and then you don't do things that
I just feel like our culture is very machismo. Like nah, yo puedo.
Yeah, that you can't
Kinda
share
like
it.
what we were talking about. Because, and I feel like there's also a misconception about it. We're talking, we're talking to some friends, and we basically kind of like, hey, was Tanya and I, we've done I don't want to say therapy or counseling, and this was back like during COVID. We had our second child, and it was just like a weird time. So there was a lot of like emotions build up, and first time like the topic was kind of brought up about therapy or anything like that. I think like the misconception is more of like, oh, like we're failing.
They're weak minded.
Yeah.
Like the person or the person in general. Like let's just, I like would think that you might feel like that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that's
Why
your
can't I
initial
handle
thought
this?
is, yeah.
That's kind of what I want to connect the 24 to 41.
Yeah.
Like that wouldn't phase me, but now I'm like, you can't handle that or what? Like that type of thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I get that, man. Like yeah, and I've shared this before because there's podcasts that I recorded before this. I know you told me that, but I gotta share it like this. And so at one point, I talk about, man, like anxiety when I started experiencing that, and I didn't know what that was. So I didn't know why people would get that, like in my 20s.
Yeah.
But then I started experiencing it like in my 30s, and where it came from, man, I don't know. I think it was like where life was at. Maybe I felt stuck.
Yeah.
But I experienced it for the first time, and I was like, what is this? Right? And then I remember talking about it, man, online. And then after that, talking about it online, then that happened to me, the weak-minded thing. Like, why are you talking about that? Almost like judging myself for sharing it.
Yeah.
And still now, like a lot of the stuff, like my drawings and things, I don't share, man, because I'm how would I say, man? It's like I'm tougher on myself, like not drawing from that place or whatever, because I might be como, maybe it's a scab that wants to heal, and I'm just like
no, I don't think so.
Well, yeah, but like
Yeah.
when I'm thinking of it in my mind,
Yeah.
but I used to share it openly, and I think that's when, I don't know, man, like empathy just started to like be there for me. Like because I knew that, I was able to understand people more.
Yeah.
And kind of tell like if someone's dealing with something.
Yeah.
And talk about it. And I told you had that from our conversation, right? Like a couple of weeks ago. I said, I don't know, like something like that I don't know, you have that, you were able to read that.
Yeah.
And then you were like asking me about like, me sharing more and all that, and it got that out, right? For me to be like how I was feeling, but that's something that came to me after experiencing a little bit of anxiety, man. A little bit of, because I didn't have that awareness.
Yeah.
Have you experienced something like that? Like I don't know, as much as you want to share it.
Yeah. I mean, there's times where you could feel like overwhelmed or like burnt out, and I just feel like that, like I was saying about that, that couple that we were kind of talking to, and we kind of brought up the whole like therapy stuff, and she was like, oh yeah, like I've wanted to, and he was like, no, like I'll never, and it was the same thing, it came from like a place of like, no, like I don't want it. It feels like we're like in a failing marriage or something, and it's not about that. Like, it's a non-biased third party that is a professional, that is gonna like be able to help you, You know, because it's always like, oh, pointing finger, like, no, you're wrong, no, you're wrong, no, you're wrong. And like here, you're able to really like talk about it and see like it's not about who's right or wrong. It's more about like, okay, let's understand each other. Like,
yeah, like it's almost like a timekeeper. Like now you share,
yeah,
now you share, and then like try to make sense. I guess
it's more about that. Like it's about understanding where each person is coming from, because I feel like, and that's the biggest thing. It's not that I'm trying to prove myself that I'm right or wrong, but it's just trying to, like, we don't know sometimes how to express ourselves, because like a therapist, well, at least like the ones that we had, is like, so what like then they would tell us, like, so what I'm hearing is that, like, let's say you tell me something, I kind of repeat it, so that way.
I've seen that. Like here and now, I'm like, oh, because you've gone through something like formalized.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, so what I'm hearing is that, and then you just say like that, this, and this. So that way you understand that I understood what you're saying.
Yeah, and you hear it.
Or because it's like, no, that's not what I meant. I'm like, okay, so then say what you meant. And so it was kind of like funny, because every time I talk about like certain things, they're like, well, it's because I don't know. I never know like when you're serious. And I think that's one of my things that kind of camouflage.
What is a camouflage?
Huh?
What is a camouflage?
Just I don't know. It's just kind of like a camouflage.
Maybe the heaviness of the day.
Yeah.
Right. Like
to like, oh yeah, I never know, because I'm always trying to like live a little bit more like on the, hey, positive side, or like funny side, I guess you can say. So that's why sometimes like, I never know when you're serious or this and that. But then when I am, and like they know, it's like, okay, well, yeah, he's serious. And then
he turned it on. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
And then so she said that she wanted to do therapy. He said no, because of, I guess, feeling like failing or like weakness or something. And it's like, bro, like that's your solution right there. Like if you're having certain issues of like whatever it may be. And then even Tanya was like, yeah, like there's a lot of things that I thought I was right and I was wrong, and then vice versa, me too. Like I thought I was right and I was wrong. But then you're able to understand like why.
Just talking through it, man. And okay, and that's like if you have a couple, right? But like there's
even on a personal, like
there's guys like and I mean, I don't want to talk for the female population, but like there's guys out there that don't have someone to talk to, that might not never open up. And it's unfortunate, man, but like I follow UFC, right? And there's been like I think it was 2 weeks ago, Rufi, I think that's his name. He's a fighter, and I'm sharing the name so you could go in and check out the interview, post-fight interview. And I think he won his fight. I hope I'm getting the name right. But anyways, there's been more UFC fighters, man, when they're getting interviewed at the end, right? Where they ended. And can I just say one more thing, right? And so they grab the mic and talk to the stadium, and they say, "Man, get help."
Oh yeah,
right.
Because his friend they just committed suicide.
His brother had just committed. This fighter.
Yeah.
And I hope I'm getting the name right, but there was a fighter. Mm-hmm. And I say that because it's like a very like serious, like a brother committing suicide, right? But like he's sharing that, man, and there's more like fighters sharing that, like in that public stage, and these guys are like mamados, dude, ripped, like in their best, like what is it, like fitness level? And they're not the ones that are going through that. And maybe they are, but they're opening that and saying like get help. And then there's a lot of like YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube, and so I subscribe to channels. Yeah. And one of the main sponsors is like BetterHelp. Yeah. And you hear that, and I'm like, yeah, it's out there, and I think it's needed. We need to talk more about it, because there is individuals that don't have like a person or like someone that, like, who do they open up to? And that's why, I mean, they say journal, and even journaling has a, like, one of the more popular episodes we had at one point was on journaling, man. Because we were talking about, like, it was a bunch of guys, and we were talking about how do we journal, and like that's frowned upon. Like, what do you mean? You keep a journal, a diary? Like, no, but it's like if you're able to process, dude. It's like, I don't know, man. Looking at numbers for the business or whatever. You do that for the business. Why don't you do that for like your own mind?
Yeah.
Right. Your 24 hours or whatever. Like, what does that look like? And I think, yeah, it's neat. There's a lot of individuals that don't know where to start. And I'm not saying I know where to start, but there's resources out there. But let's say someone doesn't want, have you, how can I ask this? Do you know someone, man, that maybe is like, nah, I don't do any of that. And instead of doing the work, what do they do? And to me, it's like, distraction and right.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people I know personally that like, you're never going to tell them like, hey, like, or you don't know how to tell them like, hey, like, it's like, I feel like you should maybe get like therapy or a therapist.
Because you said like people.
Because I feel like people will get offended. Like, like, oh, you think I'm weak or you think I'm this. Like, no way.
Even this podcast can piss people off because like why are you talking about that?
Yeah.
Right. Like it's like, and it's a topic that people don't want to talk about, man. Like it's almost like a mirror.
Yeah.
If you hold it up to someone and you're like, you might be processing things like that.
Yeah. And I just feel like it's I think it's important because like the thing is that the years just pass. O sea, van pasando. And like, let's say, like there's something that's bothering you, but you're like, nah, I'll just push through. Like at one point you're gonna have to like let it out because I feel like you won't be able to really like live your life like happy, or you're always gonna have that little spinita that's bothering you. O sea, once you finally, let's say you go to therapy now, and ya no que te curas, but like you feel a lot better about yourself, about anything. You're able to do things that maybe you always wanted to but never did because of just traumas. I think the biggest thing is traumas that we can't get through
past.
Yeah. And I feel like traumas are like things that just like hold us back from being the best version of ourselves.
Yeah, it's like I'm still reading a book, and I'll probably reference it here in the future, right? But there's a book of how the body shows sign, like the body shows everything, basically mind.
Yeah.
Right? Like your body will show it, your face, your like body, your posture, all that. But part of it is it starts like in the brain, and they talk a lot about trauma. So like and it's like an event triggers it, so like you won't repeat. You won't expose yourself to that, like a new relationship, like with like anything, like a business, or an idea, a relationship with an idea. You're like, nah, I'm not gonna go after that because the last time, I did that, someone, I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Like, and for me, dude, I was reflecting on this, like, I don't know how many years ago, but like I was thinking of that because I've tried so many ideas, and you have too, de lo que hemos platicado. Of like the Dale Shine and I've tried also a bunch of ideas, and I'm like, maybe I'm training myself to think that ideas don't work, but then there's gonna be one that does, right? Like that feels good, like that might get further along, right? Whatever it is, but I think that's also part of like, I'm not saying it's trauma, but it could, what is it like, condition you.
Yeah.
Like I only get this far, and it's like that. I don't know. They use this analogy of like Super Mario or whatever, man. And you're getting to it, and you can never get past that level.
Yeah.
And I think it takes a bunch of times, and then eventually, okay, you get to the next level. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think I don't know if that's a good analogy, like with the trauma thing, but I get what you're saying. That people won't get out there. They won't try things. They won't be happy because they're not like.
Yeah, just they use other things to distract themselves from what's really going on. Yeah.
You said something about like they won't be able to realize like a happy life, and I use happy and on social media a lot, right?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? Like, is like, well, kind of. I think I know what you're gonna answer, but it's like, okay, so can someone achieve a state of happiness where it's like not permanent because nothing's permanent, but like a state of happiness where it's like, have you met someone that has achieved where they're happy all the time?
No.
And do you think it's healthy, or like, what are your thoughts on that?
So, like, I saw this video. I think he was like a monk, and they asked him about like a question about happiness, and he says, he's like, I don't try to be happy. I just try to find peace, because, if there's happiness, there's sadness. Like, you can't just have one.
Yeah, it's like the movie Inside Out.
Yeah. So, he says, like, for me, I just, try to find peace, which can be like another way of saying happy, but I feel like the word carries a lot of like weight, like, oh, happiness.
It does, man.
Yeah, like, oh, it's like they say, I don't know if it makes sense to this, but like, it's like when you're going down, it's more like a law of attraction type. So it's like when you're like a skier is going down a hill, and the whole time it's like, don't crash into the tree, don't crash into the tree. What are you gonna see? Just jingles of trees the whole time. But like, if you start thinking of like, just see the trail, like, you'll focus more on the trail. Like right now, if I tell you like, think of a pink elephant, like, or no,
Oh yeah, I've said.
like, yeah, like, don't think of a pink elephant. Like, your mind's gonna go straight to it. So I think it's like, law of attraction. I mean, I feel like it's really good, and it's weird because it's happened to me several times with properties, or houses that, like, I'm gonna sell this house. Like, it's already on the market, and let's say it's one of the team members, like, someone in our team has a listing they need to sell, and then I'm just like, watch, I'm gonna sell this house, y luego de la nada, like, sale un cliente and wants that specific house, and we end up contracting. Acaba de pasar, this house at one of our agents, like, she needed to sell, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna sell the house. I'm gonna bring the buyer. I'm gonna bring that buyer. And then, like, I would say maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks into like that, like, just constantly thinking that, like, the buyer came, and it was a buyer that I had helped out like 2 years ago, and and then he messaged me. He's like, hey, I'm looking for a house, and then I ended up sending him that one, and he's like, yeah, let's go check it out. I like the area, I like this, I like that. I ended up buying the house. We closed when did we close? Yeah, last week.
So to you, it's almost like
Friday.
like being very aware of what you're thinking.
Mm-hmm. Like having like positive thoughts, like, because if you're, because it's so easy to think about negative thoughts, and just in any part of your journey, like, it's so easy to just think negatively about you. Let's say you're going on a weight loss journey, or like, whatever. Let's say, like, oh, don't eat fast food. Like, you're just telling your mind, like, ooh, fast food.
Yeah, you're just,
you're putting I feel like you're putting your mind into like that craving zone. But it's just kind of like the mind, so like, I feel powerful.
oh yeah, but what do they say? Like, you project.
Yeah, law of attraction.
You project what you're feeling, and
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll create the circumstances. So like, if you're like, I feel like annoyed today, then you'll find things, man.
Yeah.
Like in the world or online or somewhere, man. Someone's gonna annoy you.
Yeah, that's why there's times where you're just like, all right, get up, like, acknowledge that, like, you're having those thoughts or whatever, get up, kind of shake it off, and then like reset. A lot of people don't reset. They're just like, go.
Yeah, I mean it's tough, dude. Right, like the reset part.
Yeah.
Like responsibility will get you up, like, like it's like especially if you have kids or something. Like it's like you need to do it.
Yeah.
But then the get up is easy. The reset is not. It's not easy, but it's easier, especially if you have responsibility.
Yeah.
But then the reset of like I'm gonna reset my mind for, está cabrón. Like it's like I don't know. It takes work, a lot of work. You got to be self-aware.
Yeah.
Right? They say like don't say, oh man, I'm feeling annoyed about this. You're supposed to kind of break it off and say, I see, or I see that I'm feeling annoyed. Almost like you separate yourself from the.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I love psychology. You said that you.
Yeah. I love psychology.
I mean, it's good. Why do you think you like it?
Just because I feel like I see it a lot, like in real estate, like psychology of buying. When someone is wanting to buy a house, it's like, okay, why are you buying? Like, what is it that you want to fulfill?
You're thinking about that when the buyer approaches.
There's times where like you kind of ask questions. There's times where like you can kind of like you already know, and there's times where it's just kind of like I feel bad in the sense of like they want to see certain houses, and I'm like, no. Like in my mind, I'm like, no, like you're not gonna like that house. And there's been times where I tell them, like I had this buyer, and I would tell her, ya teníamos confianza. I was like, look, we're gonna go see it, but you're not gonna like it. I already know what you're looking for, but we're gonna go so that way you don't feel that I'm trying to sell you any particular house. And then we would go, and then she's like, I know. I was like,
you're like, I told you. So you kind of know, because probably you've seen patterns with buyers.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, psychology, man, I think it helps because if I understand like the way we're processing things, right, then I'm able to lead better, right? So I remember like during COVID and being in retail, man, and COVID, like all that, we were essential and we were going to work, right? But I couldn't look panicked. And I remember being, because I understand a little, and be like I had to be at as calm as I could be, even though I'm like, what's going on, right?
Yeah.
But I think psychology, organizational psychology, or anything at all, like,
yeah, because there's psychology for everything, dude.
Like, oh yeah, like. It's like a big group psychology.
Yeah, like
in a way,
like in school, like there's a class for like buyer behavior, and that's basically psychology of a buyer.
Yeah, it's interesting. I remember like on habits and
but that's what they do now. Like with social media, like algorithm is all about like the psychology of users.
Yeah, I was talking to one of my cousins, and we were talking about our Instagram feed, and he's like, "Let's see your feed," and I'm like, what does the feed look like for each of us, right?
Yeah,
like that's kind of interesting, and it's like, and we were talking about it, man, of how the camera, right, lens, like even as you're looking at your platform, right, it's kind of seeing like where our eye is going.
Yeah.
And so it's the psychology of like, oh, the brain, like, okay, they paused a bit on this.
Yeah.
Okay, so out of these 3 images, it's probably this one.
Yeah.
Based on what he liked, I don't know, over the last day or whatever. And yeah, man, it's all built on it. And it's like, but yeah, we're competing against robots, dude, basically, for your attention.
So a question on, do you feel pressure to always be on?
The pressure from who is like where it went, my head, like the pressure from who, right? But yeah, I think I do. Like I don't know, man. I feel like even here, you've seen it, and it's like, and it could be. I think the pressure's coming from me here, right? But if I'm in, because of it's creative and all that. Okay. Yeah. But if I'm like in public or I'm at work Well, then there's different pressure too, because I'm like a leader. If I'm in front of Bella, it's like the pressure as a
father,
as a dad, and to be like on all the time. So it's like I feel the pressure. Like it's like always on. But when it says always on, like I'm trying to think of a place where I don't feel the pressure to be like on.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't think that it means like, I mean, you're obviously.
Do you feel the pressure to be on?
I feel like I used to feel the pressure to be on, as far as, you know, when someone would like see me and like, oh, you're the SAS guy or this or that. I felt like I had to, like, you know, perform, or like, oh yeah, like, you know, what am I alone to? And I was like, you know, it just depends. I don't feel like so much the pressure. You know, I feel like, hey, you know, I'm human too. Like I don't, you know, always have to be like dude, let's ass and this and that, like the whole time, you know. So at first I would put all that pressure on myself to like, oh, you know, you gotta perform, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, and kind of like learned, or still learning, to kind of, you know, I guess just be yourself. And, you know, I feel like everyone is, you know, you have your emotions. You kind of, you know, it's hard to be like you were saying about being happy all the time. You know, there's times, not that you're sad, you know, just because maybe you're not happy doesn't mean you're sad. You know, you could be like in a pensive state of mind. You can be in a, you know, in a different state of mind. Doesn't mean like you're in a, I guess what people always see you as, you know.
Yeah, man. I think even the, like on social media, right? Like that, just the happy thing. Yeah. For me, like Happy Oscar.
Yeah.
It adds a little bit of pressure of like whatever I'm sharing, things like that. It does, because I'm like subconsciously thinking of it. But I've realized that it sounds cheesy, but in reality, it's like like almost the seeking out things that I feel will give me that, right? Like the journey of that. Pero
this is my I guess view as an outsider to, I mean, I feel like knowing you more. I feel like the Happy Oscar is kind of going to like the law of attraction that we were talking about, you know. Not that you were like sad or anything like that, but, you know, it was, I feel like the Happy Oscar is kind of like, the word happy is there as like a reminder, like, hey, you know, remember to be happy, remember to kind of be appreciative, which is good, because that's more for you. And I feel like whatever you share doesn't, like, I the misconception of having to share like positive things, because I feel like that's what makes life like more stressful, because
because you're meeting like an image,
because again, talking about like our emotions, like we have emotions, you know, everyone goes through ups and downs in life, and I feel like people need to not necessarily share like, oh, I need to always share like negative things, but like, you know, there's ways to share like something negative happened to me, and I learned this.
I worked through it.
Yeah, I you know, because failure is a way to learn, you know, and it's like they ask like, oh, what would you change in your life, that like any experience or anything that like you've gone through, like what would you change in your life, if you could?
Most people say no, like nothing.
Exactly, because you had to go
here. Yeah, you're here because of all that.
Exactly. So I feel like the best thing you can do is fail, because it's a learning experience. Like you're gonna a huevo learn from it.
Yeah, like no, and you hit it on the spot, man, because it is that. It's like even when I first used the happy on it, was that I wasn't like, I think I was trying to chase creativity.
Yeah.
Right, because I had, and then that led me into the world of like all this, like paint and art and all that, and.
But like like from what I see from your art and stuff, it's a lot of like there's a lot of struggle behind your art.
Yeah, like the story behind it.
The story behind it.
Yeah, like that thing there, right? Like the dream, right? Like where you're building a dream and people are taking like shots at it. Yeah. Like I'm always thinking of the pues como te diré, like the struggle behind whatever it is you're trying to do.
So right? I think like you kind of feel conflicted of having like Happy Oscar, but always kind of portraying struggle through.
But in a way, I think that's what true joy is, no? Right? Being able to get through shit, man.
Yeah, and that, I mean that's what it is.
Yeah, because a kid is happy because they're kids, like they're just full of joy, right?
Yeah.
But if you find an adult that is happy, an adult that's responsible, dude, not like not an adult on paper, like they're older now. No, like an adult that has gone through things.
Yeah.
And if 2025 was that for me in a way, a year like that where I'm like, I could face things, real things, right? Then I feel good about it, and it's like, and I think that's what I've been like wrestling with, right? Like it's part of the journey, but how do I? And I think for me, like it's something that I need to process, like the art, the dark stuff,
Yeah, I think you just need to like express it, because there's a lot of people going through maybe similar stuff that don't find like anyone they can relate to, and a lot of times when you just find someone that you can relate, it's like like
it's part of that mental health we were talking about.
Exactly.
Like it's like they go through. For you, is that something? Well, it's because most of your content. Well, no, you're sharing more like not more. I don't think you're doing. And I've come to learn. Like, as I see you, you're not thinking like that. Like, let me share this because it's that time to put motivational stuff.
No, I just see something.
If it inspires you, you share, right?
Yeah, if I see it and I like it, I'll share it.
And I've seen that, like, and I think that's good because, como te digo, a lot of people te dan de pintar también, like, the sass.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, even like us in the conversation, it's like deeper and it's that other side. Yeah.
And I mean, it's cool to, I feel like you're able to connect with people in different ways. I use humor a lot. But I do have like, I don't want to say my serious side, but like I said, I really like the analytical, psychological side of things, because I like to kind of like dig deep into like understanding people, I guess, because it's it's part of my.
I think we're trying to. I like doing that too, dude, and I think that's why we're here. Right? It's like, but I like seeing like, okay, there's others, that are thinking like that. Yeah. Right. One thing I find like in este tiempo that we've been is I'm pulled towards Spanglish way. Like I noticed that. I'm like, a lot of my stuff before I met you was always like, it was very like just English, like the podcasting.
Yeah, like proper.
Do you find that a lot of people get pulled towards that because they see you as sass and like que te hablan así como Spanglish, like your clients, or no?
Yeah, sometimes they speak like
I think it's a pull, dude.
The Spanglish. I think it's. I mean, I enjoy it. I feel like I've said it before. Like with the videos, it's just made it easier for me and the clients
to relate.
Just to like relate and to have like a real life, a real conversation about like, hey, you know what, like I'm down to earth, you're down to earth. Like I know you're trying to buy a house. Like I'm not. Tampoco soy un pendejo. Like I know what I'm doing. I'm here to help you, and just talk to me like normal. Like if I'm your camara, like what do you like about this house? What don't you like? What do you really want? Like why do you like that? Why don't you like that? Like, and it's just a lot easier.
Yeah, no, it opens the doors. The Spanglish, I see it like there's like a gravitational pull.
Yeah,
like you'll just start
Yeah, it's funny, dude.
Saying Spanish mid-sentence, we.
Yeah.
No, because I see it and I'm like, but it's part of culture, dude. It's like where we're at too. Like it's, 2 languages.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, embrace.
So you were saying it's funny. Sorry, man. You had a thought that was coming.
No, like it's that it's funny how like everyone, like no matter who it is, like once we start like talking or whatever, I always say like, but whenever I hang up or I text you or whatever, I'll tell you like, está bueno, I love you.
Yeah.
And then I just wait.
I know. I mean, what do you mean? You wait on the other side?
No, like I wait. Like if it's on the phone,
and they don't say it.
Yeah, and then they're there. And I was like, say it, and they just laugh. And then I was like, say it, and then I was like, nah, wait, like it's not. But it's just like my thing where I've always said like,
okay, hay otros way that feel like that.
Yeah,
because yo también like when you say it, I'm like, and even like on text. And I start like even your lingo, dude. Like amort, like boom.
Yeah.
Because it's but it's una lengua. It's like it is what it is. But so there's a pull to that, right? Like
yeah. And even like just texting también. Okay, está bueno. I was like, te amo, or like me amas? ? And it's just something.
Wait, do people leave you on red or whatever?
Sometimes, but like most of the time, no. But I just feel like it's funny because I know like it bring like they at least smirk, they smile. You get me? And it's
unless you leave your phone somewhere and they say I love you, Cesar, and they don't know the context.
Yeah.
And you're like,
no, if I'm texting that, it's because I know you. Like
no, the people. Like, let's say I'm sitting at a table and I'm like, oh, I'm going to go to the restroom.
But now it's a story. It's a story to tell.
Yeah.
You see? And now you have to explain.
If they share, because what if they're like, then the rumors start,
And then it's going to get to you and then you have a story to tell.
Yeah, that's good.
And then what's going to happen? You're like, oh, pues he sells houses and then...
You've always done that? The te amo?
Mm-hmm. I've always done it. I don't know. It's just like, está bueno.
Like always, high school always?
Chile, no sé. I don't know if it was high school.
When did you get your phone? When did you get...
phone? I think I got it like in middle school.
Shit.
Yeah. But it's because, I mean, before it was just like a phone, like where you can call and text. And
the little snake game.
Yeah, literally. So it wasn't too much of a distraction. It was just like literally, hey, montas. Like what a phone was meant to be.
Yeah, not the fucking computer access to the world.
Exactly.
Y chismes and... ¿Qué otra cosa traías? We got time for another one.
Yeah. So, how do you know when you're spiraling mentally?
I think just like energy-wise. Have you ever felt that tension?
Mm-hmm.
Eh? Like where you're...
Yeah, like...
I would say that
like noodles and like the
like
tension.
Irritation, right? Like where you're like todo como irritable.
Todo te molesta.
Sí, like I know. But then the spiraling is like the what ifs, like they'll start.
Yeah. So what do you do to get out of it?
Well, you said how do I know? You didn't say what do you do to get out of spiraling. So yeah, now you're asking.
Yeah, now I'm asking.
I don't know, man. I wish I was like this conscious all the time and be like, but when I've been successful, it's like, I don't know. I stop myself, like, and I have like this little paper in my wallet that I take out, and it says, you're in the present moment, and like, I don't have any of that shit. I don't have any of that shit. Like, it's like no, but I'll think about it. It's like. Me siento como I don't know, maybe I've realized at times like, bro, like I wouldn't like interact with you, like if you get me. So I think that's where it stops. But I don't have a specific I don't know, like man, I think Sketch said it at one point when we were talking, and he talked about like if he's driving and like there's something that is kind of like there,
yeah,
he'll be like, okay, give it to the next stoplight, and after that I'm not gonna think about it. anything. He's disciplined like that. And it's like, okay, boom, doesn't. I don't have that willpower if I'm spiraling. You?
Yeah, I feel like I just get irritated.
Yeah, but how do you
Easily.
get out of it?
Well, yeah. Well, first I need to say like how I get there.
How do you know? How do you know, right?
Yeah, and then I could tell you how I get out of it. So, how I get there, it's like everything just kind of like bothers me. And then,
Like, do you get bothered when you're dropping off the kids? Like, not about the kids, but like traffic in the morning?
no, there's really like, well, I mean, there's not like too much traffic, and like that's the time.
No, well, I guess I'm sharing because that's somewhere where I might start my day like that, and then it's like, I'm like, Allah, everything's irritating me. Like,
Yeah.
even the
bumper.
pace and it might be like where I'm driving or whatever, but just that's okay. You see, you feel it.
Yeah,
It's
I actually like I really enjoy dropping off the kids. Like I try to like work my schedule like in the morning, like my morning routine to be able to like take them to school. You know, like they kind of like we're a couple blocks away from the school, and like they take turns, uh, like going in the front,
yeah, that's about us.
and then they choose their song. Like, hey, what song do you want to listen to?
Bad Bunny.
No, right now they've been wanting to listen to "I Want It That Way."
Backstreet Boys? No.
Yeah.
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 I saw.
Yeah.
You sing along?
Yeah. So it's because I
Wait,
have,
espérate, déjate go. I don't mind dropping off at school.
Yeah.
It's the people, right? That at times, if the day starts like a little, maybe ya traigo algo en mente, I need to fix it. See, there goes Spanglish. And I need to fix it. It might start like where I'm spiraling. So for you, when you're spiraling,
and that's why I like to like understand like people. You know, there's times where like you can get like pissed off or like, you know, people are driving like recklessly or something. And then like if you really kind of stop and think about like, okay, well, you know, what are they going through?
oh yeah,
It kind of puts you like, you know, I'm doing fine. Like I feel, you know, good this morning. They might be going through some shit. And like once you kind of like put that into perspective, it kind of like
oh yeah,
makes you kind of feel bad for them in essence, like chinga, you know, little prayer for them or something. And then yeah, you just brush it off.
How do you get out of spirals when you do get into spiraling?
When I get into spiral, like I need a kind of more like self-talk. Because I think like again, it's like if you're in alcohol, the AA, like the first thing they make you kind of say, I mean, based on what I've seen in movies.
I was like, oh shit, the podcast is going there. No,
is, you know,
based on what you see on the
yeah,
the program or what you've read.
It's like, oh, my name is, and I'm an alcoholic.
Oh, you acknowledge.
You acknowledge. First step is acknowledging. So if you acknowledge that you're spiraling, it's easier to get out of it.
Yeah, it's similar to mine, right? That is like, ah, man, like I wouldn't hang out with, almost like I think like, oh yeah, like it's like I'm annoyed by maybe what I'm feeling or how I'm acting también.
Yeah.
But it's self-awareness.
Yeah, and it's weird because so one time I went to this ranch, and it was there was a couple guys. Most of them were like, you know, they had a good social media presence, and because I didn't know anyone, you know, getting there, and plus I met everyone there, and there was this one guy. He does like cooking, like carne asada. They're from Monterrey, and now they're here. They're opening their place in San Antonio. They're kind of like their chapters, where like, you know, around Mexico, and then now here in San Antonio. And the guy's like, pues, you know, I sí, ya sé quién eres, ya he visto tus videos. Y dice, oye, pregunta, ya tienes, ¿qué me dice? yeah, tienes, like, basically, like, oh, do you already have a therapist? And I was like, like, super random that he would say that. And then I was like, no. ¿Por qué? Ah, okay. No, pues vas a necesitar uno. And then he kind of tells me, like, yeah, pues, in this, I guess in the industry or whatever, like, you're gonna need, like, a therapist to kind of go through, I guess, everything of, because now I guess, you have an influence on people. I don't like to use the word like influencer, but like you have like some type of influence on people, and sometimes you can like feel pressure or whatever. But he's like, no, pues al rato vas a necesitar uno. And I guess the way he said it, like very like nonchalant, was kind of like thinking about it now, like it's pretty cool that he was able to talk about it. Like hey, pues you're gonna get one. Like you're gonna need to get one pretty soon.
Do you understand it now after that?
Yeah. That's why I appreciate it, because it's kind of like now I'm like, oh, okay, like he didn't mean it in a bad way of like, oh, you'll be all fucked up, like, no, it's just kind of like
no, but like obviously, man, like when you have your type of account and you have like the following you have, right?
Yeah.
Like when I think of that, dude, I get that. And sometimes I've shared with you, I don't have that following and I've never had that following, but because of my love for psychology and all that, dude, I see it in myself that even with art or whatever, that I think what happens is you externalize validation. Porque you're influencing, which you do because people look at it.
Yeah.
And I even see it in the clips, man, from this, like where you share them and it's like, man, it impacts like people. And then the ones you're sharing with Mauricio and like you have a level that's interesting that they say that like you're gonna need a therapist and a la madre, like it's almost like a little,
and I mean,
but it's good. I actually see it like it's qué bueno que te dijeron.
Yeah, it's and again it's I always see it at first, it's like if you want to get like a let's say your goal is to get like Mamau. I'm sure if you're strict to what you want to do and like you're disciplined, you can do it. But even like people that are in the physique
fitness
industry, like they still have like their trainers, they still have like their nutritionists, like they still have all these people that like help them out.
A team.
People, yeah. Exactly. So it's a team of professionals that help you get to your best. So I feel like here it's the same thing, like in like the most valuable thing you have is your mental health. And if you can have like an awesome team behind you for your mental health, I feel like
that's badass. Like actually, like that they shared it and as you think, because like they say there's articles of LeBron and how he invests. I think it was $1 million in his body at one point it was that number, like $1 million every year with salaries for just the team.
Yeah,
and I mean he's going like strong and like still has playing time.
Yeah, he's the only one left from his. I guess when he started was 2003, I think.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's the only one left.
I didn't know he was the only one left. I know when he started, but
from when he got drafted, like I don't know. I had seen.
But you get me. But it's a team.
Yeah.
Yes, esto también is like.
And so, I never really understood like. There's a saying that says, no one can, something like or along the lines of like no one can do it alone. Like it's better when you have a team, and like you always think about like, well, me at least, I would think about like, okay, but you can never do it alone. Like how can I grow my business? And you always think of like partners or something and along that line.
But not the mental health or like
like that can be your team too. Like, hey, I want to build a business. Well, I need to have like someone on that can keep me in my my A game for my mental health.
Yeah, bro. I even think like strategists. Like I think that's a job I would want to do for others.
Mm-hmm.
Like where I could think strategy down, like calendars and Outlook and all that shit. I love like all the digital side.
Yeah, but it's like they say for what is it? It's like you can have a million problems, but as soon as your health is not doing well,
you're done.
No, that means you only have one problem.
Your health.
So always take care of your health. And I feel like the biggest one is your mental health. Because if you don't have your mental health right, then
your body follows.
Yeah, all the other stuff is going to be harder to get.
You think it's mental health, then body, then spiritual health? Or is it spiritual health gets you good mental health? Because I talk a lot about that, like when I'm posting. I always think like mind, body, spirit. So like I do the body work, gym. Spirit work, I try to do the work there, reading Bible or like something. And then the mental is like doing something hard, dude, I guess. A day. Like algo. It could be like something I don't want to do. Like I want to post art or like, right? But if your mental health goes, do you think there's spirit before it? Or like, is it body? Do you have thoughts on that? Or
I feel like, well, at first, like while you were talking, I was trying to like, I guess, figure it out. But, I feel like it's more, everyone's different.
Okay.
But I feel like those are three like good things. Like, it's spiritual, mental, and physical. Like whatever works for you and whatever order it works for you, like do it. Because if you try to follow like, it's because Panchito said it's this, and this. But like if somehow you can tweak it where like something like, let's say body gives you the confidence. So if you work on your body, it gives you the confidence, and then that gives you like helps you with your mental health, and then now you're able to like think clearly and then do spiritual. Yeah. So whatever works out for you, I think is what's, it's like, diets. There's people that, hey, I have done every single diet and this and that, and then boom, and it turns out they have like a thyroid issue or something. So everyone's different. That's why I say like,
but the three do show up, I guess.
Yeah, the three do show up.
We agree on that.
Yeah. And whatever order works best for you, maybe get a therapist to help you figure that out.
Yeah, that's true, right?
Which would be mental.
Yeah. I think the brain, dude, I mean, everything you do has to, I think it's like their body.
Yeah.
But then it's mental. And then like.
Yeah, because in anything you do, I feel like you have to be disciplined. But if you don't have a good mind, you won't be able to be disciplined. So.
Oh, yeah. And you feed it bad things, but no.
Yeah.
All right, man.
But. Yeah, and at Chile, like if anyone out there needs help, there's help. There's hotlines. There's a bunch of stuff, especially like, men and women. Anyone that needs help.
Like say something.
Yeah, say something.
That's the biggest thing. I think we'll wrap it up there, dude.
Alrighty.
You guys will hear us on the next one.
All right, and we outie.
We outie. Doodaloo.